What's poppin'?
Hello guys, welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Kinyabeta. I deliver content on interior design on my segment of Design Life and also HR on my segment on HR Speak. So this week I promised I was going to deliver a video on interior design. So I've put in together a project I did for a kitchen. And well, when I did that project, I didn't take lots of videos. I didn't think I was going to have a YouTube channel then, but I feel it's a project that you'd like to see because I think I've posted the photos, but it would be nice to just see the process that goes on into making, designing and building a complete kitchen. Yeah, so follow me and please remember to subscribe on this channel and like this video if you like, if it's content that appeals to you, and please share so that others as well can see what you're doing. And also remember to hit the notification button so that you can be notified every time we post a new. This particular project was in Membley, and this particular client is a client I really like to speak highly of because it's someone that we really shared so many things in common. So it was very easy for me to deliver on this project. And she really, let me say, she was very cooperative in terms of hatukusumbuana. Like it was just, those projects that you go to and they run smoothly. And it was even during the pandemic. So you can imagine, even the materials that we needed were not readily available. But she understood all that and she was patient. Sometimes we even had to wait for some products to come from, we imported them. And so that took weeks and months because also of the custom clearance. And yeah, it was a project that took a bit of time because of everything that was happening during the pandemic, but we were able to complete it and she's happy. And even the photos that I took after the project, I took them like 2 months after the client had already moved into the home. So I really hope to you will enjoy what we did with this project. We worked on the kitchen, we worked on the pantry, and we worked on the laundry. But for today, I'm just going to share the kitchen space alone, and then I'll share the rest of the spaces in the subsequent videos. So yeah, keep it here. Let me know what you think of how the project turned out. Let me know what you think we could have done better. And if it's something that you'd like for us to do for you, you could also, give us a call and we could discuss the design and we could discuss the build. We could consult on any other aspects of interior design, not just kitchens, but we do, every other spaces. We did a lot of consultations here and there because the finishes were being done at this point. So there was a lot of input as well in other areas of the home. This is where it all began. This was the first day that we went to see the client at the site. So basically, what we do is we go and see the project, discuss with the client what their needs are. So we see what the vision that she has for the place, and of course we just discuss what the initial designs will be, because designs really change along the way. But just to get a feel of what the clients want, we can measure, take some measurements, so that even as we go back and as we design, then we know what goes where, and you know those things, and just think around the design. Like I said, it changes over and over, like you're just never sure. So for this project, we decided tiling needed to be done first, because of course You don't want to dirtify your cabinets by tiling after. There's a lot of, cement, concrete, a lot of works going in after the tiling. So for this project, of course, we had decided where how the design would be. So we decided the tile artisan would be the first one to go in and tile the kitchen floor, and I think he did quite a thorough job, as you can see. And so after that, we did the pleat. The pleat is that raising that is built where the cabinetry will be placed. So that was done as well. And, as you can see the room, that's how we started. We started even without the tiling and everything. We started on a clean slate. I wish I had taken some videos. But yeah, that's how we started. We decided where we'll place our items. Another thing that we checked, of course, because being a kitchen and being a wet area, is the floor trap for the kitchen. That's very important. Never forget that, because if water was to flood, because you have water and you have a sink, you have no guarantee that the water will not flood. So should it flood, let there be an outlet. And even as you clean, it's a kitchen. Just have a drainage where, the water can go. After tiling has been done, so that's when now we proceeded, to start in with the carpentry work. And this is called a carcass, the inside of the cabinets, the structure rather, or what you see on the inside, what creates the shelves and everything. So we first made the carcass, as you can see. um, Once that was completed, what you don't do is you cannot add doors at this stage. So we did the carcasses and then we left them at that, because you don't want to dirtify, what you've already done. So in the meantime, we also had the countertops put in, the quartz. We used quartz, but you can use granite. There are people that use marble, but you need to know the pros and cons of each of those. So of course, after doing the quartz, then there was the sink that was placed in, as you can see, directly next to the window. And from these photos, you can also see that the backsplash has been put as well. So the backsplash is the tiling that goes in between the lower cabinets and the top cabinets. And because you have maybe your quartz or your granite, and like I said, the kitchen is a very wet area, so you don't want water moving from the granite and going to the walls because you've painted. That's why we put a backsplash. But also it's a beautiful feature to have, because it makes the kitchen look quite good. So for this particular one, we had to import the backsplash. There was a store that was stocking it, but by the time we wanted it, there was nothing. And remember, we built this kitchen during the pandemic. So there were a lot of things that were out of stock and things were not coming in. In fact, it's just the connections of our clients that made sure we got this backsplash in time. Otherwise, I don't know what could have happened. It's not even in time because it took some months even for it to get here, but we got it faster than items were coming in. So you can see the tile Fundi has already put in the backsplash, and there's an area that has been left. So that area that has been left is where the hob would be placed below it. And we wanted to do a contrast so that we don't have the backsplash as just one, so that we can break that monotony and also, create an interest. It's a place you're cooking, maybe, make it, to be interesting. So it's part of the design, like you're just doing things, like you're thinking on top of your mind, what can you do to improve, or just to make the, whatever room that you're creating to be beautiful. And we agreed a lot with my client, and we had the same taste, similar taste. When I say similar taste, this is the first. And I suggested Moroccan design just on top of the hob. And she was agreeable because even having looked at the photos and all that, she was agreeable for us to do that. And you'll see how we shopped and how we selected that. So like I said, the granite has been put. They've already cut the area where you will have your sink. That needs to be measured, like it needs to be very precise, because if you cut it very wide, then the water might even go through. And also another thing maybe I didn't mention, on this area of the sink, the board we use is not the carcass we use is not the board. It's a waterproof board that we use, so that your whatever, because there's water, then the water cannot seep into your beautiful, beautiful cabinets and expensive cabinets that you have bought. Another thing, please remember to have, sockets, power outlets, as many as you can in your kitchen. There's a lot of, cooking happening. There's a lot of maybe water boiling. Just have enough. Like, it doesn't hurt so long as they are organized, they're on the same level. Because what with design, people look at whatever people see with the eye. That's designed. Whatever they see and how they see it, that's what makes a house to be either beautiful or just clumsy. For me, I like clean lines. Even for this to be done, we really took a while. There's some areas like we even had to redo. Even the tiling, we had to redo some places, but I'll show you all that. But this is the process. So the carcasses are in, the quartz is in, and part of the backsplash as well is in. You can see now the sink, beautiful, beautiful sink from Ruby. I think it was from Ruby Granite or Versailles. Either the tap or the sink was from, yeah, both of them provided something. Like we bought something from there. So you can see how the sink looks. My client wanted a double sink, so it was, it's perfect. Like you can already tell it will look good just by looking at it, even in the dark. And so, yeah, so here now we have gotten the doors. So they are being fixed. Maybe we did these ones a bit too early because the tiling work on the wall was not done, but we figured the doors are on they're either above or below. So that's why we proceeded to start putting in the doors. And as you can see, there are no knobs. The lighting is up as well. Some of the doors now have been done, and they're already, looking pretty, pretty good, even without the handles and all that. And that's what tells you how a project will turn out, really, how it looks from the onset. Another lovely thing, and part of this project that I liked is the kitchen island. I've seen a lot of kitchen islands that are very small, and for us to design this, we just had to think outside the box, because I don't know if it's a belief or something that you can only get, these boards available in this size. And I said, can we just go to the service provider and say, the supplier, can you give us this size? And it's doable. Like it's you just need to ask. So this island, as you can see, it's sitting on the floor, but under it there's a waterproof sort of, I don't know what I can call it, but it's not sitting directly on the tile. There's a waterproof film, something that's clear that you can't see it on the board, but that's why it's sitting on. And you can see our floor trap. So in case of water, we are covered, really. Yeah, so this is just, the ongoing of the building. It took us a while because during the pandemic, really, even getting these doors cut, people were working in shifts because you can't work many people in in one room. So there was a lot that was going on, and it took us a while. But as you can see, it's progressing well. What you can see them holding is because we're also working on the pantry. So that was the carcass of the pantry. So we decided to proceed with some of the things as we waited for some other things. You can also see the island still doesn't have the countertop because it required a big countertop. So that was to come and be put in later. Yeah, we also did some shopping. Remember, I said on the hob, below the hob, and between the hob and the hood scoop, we decided to do a pattern, a Moroccan pattern. And these tiles, we could only get them from Ideal Ceramics. And you had to buy a box. So I have a box in my house in case you need to do a Moroccan style. So we bought each of this so that we can have, it's not even a 1 square meter, but we were really committed to doing this. So we bought that and yeah, I had to go home and try and just arrange them in a way that they looked Baroque. And I tried all sort of styles, as you can see, uh, and sent to my client to say, what do you think? Which one do you think will go well? Yeah, I know people take maybe one of these styles and put it above the hob, but we decided let's do this differently. And if you've looked online, you will see that they will put a section of maybe a different tile and do like a border to it. And so we we didn't know what that border would be, but we decided to be creative. um yeah, that's design, I guess, because if you're not creative, then you will have the same things that people have. And so we of course did this, selected the style that we wanted. We didn't want anything matchy. We wanted, something unique. So from these designs, you can see that some that were matchy. There were some that were just, very random. And that's the one that we went for. At first, we thought the whole wall would have that. And then we decided, no, let's just have something small. Because even the other backsplash tile, the design can get busy. So if you put that design is busy and the other one is busy, then disaster. We also shop for, the handles. So if you like the shiny, like depending on whatever project you're doing, and also your taste, really, because there are very many options for the door handles. So there's this that, very modern. There are those that will give you a very modern look. There's gold, there's silver, there's black. And then there are also the ones that look like, not look like, but are vintage. So for this project, my client really liked the vintage handles because I had done another project using the same, and she really, really liked them. And guys, they're not that expensive. Like, you can afford them. So we went with the vintage one, and you will see it as we go, because really, handles can make or break how your cabinets look. And then we had this hardware, or rather organizing units, that we had to shop for. This is not the kitchen, but this is where we are shopping from. And these were the photos, the lazy Susan, so that you can be able to access the corners. Like, you can make use of the corners, especially when you don't have a large kitchen. You need to use all the space that you have in the kitchen. So the lazy Susan really allows you to go in and, put in items in there, and you can access them. There are so many organizers, guys. You can get any organizer you want. You can get even egg trays to be in your cabinets. You can get, you know, um, you can get where you can organize your spices, where when cooking you can have a small drawer when you can put all your oil and all those things, and your cooking spoons and cooking muikos and everything. So there's a lot in the market. It really depends on how you shop and how you look out for them. And anyway, what you need, what do you want your kitchen to be? If you're spending, or if you're building your own home, or you're spending a lot of money to do a kitchen, then you might as well, do the best, like in this one, you can place your knives, you can see the allocation for placing the knives, and maybe your oil dispenser, so that as you're cooking, you're getting it from there. Yes, guys, as you can see also, there's the dustbin. Like, you don't need people to see your dustbin whenever they walk into your kitchen. There are these provisions right now. We do a built-in of the dustbin as well. So your dustbin is placed in one of the cabinets, so no one knows. Maybe under the sink or somewhere where you need it to be. So you decide where it will be, and we bought that, of course, for a client. And when you go to their home, you might think they don't have trash. They do, but it's well hidden and makes the house, look cozy and nice. Yeah, we also have where you can organize your plates, where you can organize your pans. Like, the possibilities are endless out here. You just need to look. If you have such a project, just go out, or if you're involving your interior designer, let them get you all the options. Not to say that it must have everything, but there are certain things that maybe appeal to you that you'd like your kitchen to have. And yeah, why not? Let's live the soft life, man. Like, it's we've worked so hard. Maybe it's time to do that. So now you will be able to see when we tried now the Moroccan. Like, we tried to now, of course, now put the Moroccan design. Yeah, that was a place that you're not sure. You're not sure how it will turn out. You're asking for photos every minute. You can see the handles are now in the vintage handles we talked about. Wow, and then this happened. You can see the tiles are misaligned. You can see that our good fundi got the border, but then the tiles were misaligned. So we had to remove. Yeah, I can see that some people would pass it, but not me. And this is a mistake. When you put now the doors and the cabinets, you can see how they get that. So you shouldn't. Yeah, so I've highlighted, I think this is where I highlighted for him that, this needs to change, because we can't live with it. I can't live with it. My client couldn't live with it. So yeah, we decided to change. And unfortunately, that tile, there was not enough to finish the project. So the backsplash, the one on top. So we had again to to rethink what to do. Yeah, but you get the idea. So we wanted that place to be very, because the hub would be under. I think you can see it now, what we wanted to achieve. So now they put the hub, they put the hood. And yeah, wow. I think I loved the outcome of how it looks, really. Even when you look at it, you love it. It's dirty, it's everything, but you can tell this house or this kitchen is going to be amazing. All sorts of amazing. And so the kitchen is taking shape. You can see that, like, you can already tell it's looking good. There's a space just next to the sink. So yeah, we decided to provide for a dishwasher. So these are things you think about. I know when you're building, sometimes you feel the money has depleted. It's like you will not afford it. But later you might. So leave a provision, of course. And yeah, wow, this is the kitchen. This is how it looks. I went to take the photos much later after the kitchen was done. And I was happy because my client had maintained it. The worst fear is that you will go to the house and maybe whatever you did doesn't look the same. But for this particular one, I just need to say I was impressed. So as you can see, the oven and the microwave are on that end, because we went with the built-ins. So we went with built-in appliances. That's why you can see the hood, the hob, then the oven, and the microwave. And then below and on the top, you can see the cabinets. So it looks really good if you ask me. And then see our lovely island. So my client went to, I think, Furniture Palace and got these high stools, high chairs, and yeah, it completed that look. But just looking at this work, really, I was impressed. You can see the machine is already, the dishwasher is there. And at the sink, we decided to do cabinets that, could bring in some air, because that's where, dampness and all that happens. The lighting, client's choice. You can see the blinds. They're called Roman blinds, made here in Kenya. So I know people struggle with curtains on the window where the sink is, because of the water and everything. But for this kitchen, we decided to go with the Roman blinds. And yeah, it's just lovely. Like, just looking at the outcome, when you remember how this kitchen looked like when we walked in, and how it looked like when we left, I could say I really feel that we did a good job. And you, to do this kind of jobs, like, you need really someone that focuses on the clean work. You need a designer. People feel they don't. But I've seen people even ask for my fundi, and or somehow get his number and think they can go and produce the same. What you need to know is that fundis work under the guidance of the interior designer. I know they know what they are doing and everything, but there are certain elements, very, very small elements that can change a design. There are things you never think about, even yourself, but there's something I'll think about that will change the look of that kitchen. It could be a very small detail. It could even be the handles. I've seen people build almost the exact same kitchens as the ones that we've done, but the outcome was totally different, because the fundi will do what you ask them. They could be very good and they will give you what you ask them, but maybe you're just looking at, I want a white kitchen. Maybe I want to contrast the island like we did in this particular home, but it won't come exactly this way. And interior design is, to be honest, I don't think we are that expensive. We've been portrayed to be expensive, but I don't know what aspect you see as expensive. I might look like I'm not doing anything, but I have sleepless nights on projects, because everything must go and must look as you promised. You're the one taking care of the fundis and making sure that they do the right thing. So if anything is messed, you are responsible. So you can imagine having that on your back, that you must make sure that everything looks the way you said it would look. Sometimes, because people even download photos from online and they want the kitchens to look like that. So just looking at this kitchen, I think my client said they were really happy. The kids were really happy. We even got them the mats, just being an interior designer, the things you get, like, you come, I don't know, like, you just get to know where you can buy them and all that. These ones, we got them from the United States. And then we brought them. They are very, very good. When you stand there, I can promise you, you don't get tired. When you stand for long hours, you don't get tired. I think we got her too. And the one on the sink, this just below the sink, because you need one there. It's very nice. If you need some, you can even talk to us. We can liaise with the suppliers, and they can they can bring them to you. But yeah, and even mostly just to say thank you to this client because they trusted us. When you're starting in interior design and when you want to do these big projects, people will ask you for, they want to see, all the works that you've done. And for this client, she just saw one kitchen we had done, and she was confident that we would deliver. And it's just that you need to give people a chance to see what they can do. We're not saying let people play with your money, but even when the project starts, you can already tell, does this person know what they are saying? Can they deliver, or can they not deliver? So I'm really happy with the outcome. You can leave your comments just to say what you think of this kitchen. Is it something you'd consider, having in your home? Is it, the colors? For this one, we said white because the pictures could say it's big, but it's not so small and it's not so big either. And let me just talk about this corner. This corner was our coffee corner, our coffee station corner. And the thought around this was, you can see how that corner is isolated. It's hidden, like you could easily forget about it. And I said this kitchen is not like, the very spacious kitchens. So if we did some other closed cabinets here, then we'd be closing it even to make it look smaller. So what I decided is to have some open shelving. And I decided to use the mahogany wood because I decided to use mahogany, and I was very intentional about using mahogany because my clients' other rooms, or rather the living room and the dining, had mahogany floors. Or is it wood floors? Let me not say mahogany floors. So I wanted them to match. At least when you come from the kitchen, you can also connect. Or when you come to the other rooms, you can also connect because the kitchen was very white. So that gave our coffee station a really nice feel. You can use it as a coffee station. For those who do wine, they can also use that. Yeah, and that was the thinking behind it. And just to open the space. So that space feels like a different place, but also an open space. So I really, I really hope you can see that there's a lot of thoughts and there's a lot of thinking that goes into design. You know, it's not just building, it's not just getting a fundi, it's not just getting um, things to be placed here and there or have cabinets following each other. No, there's a lot of thought. Like, you must look at the house, see how you can blend it with the other areas of that house. Yes, you could be contracted to just do the kitchen, but you need to see how will it blend and how will it flow with the other spaces in the house. And for us, you can see the light as a bit of brown because of the floors, and then it's blending with the open shelving, and it's just nice. And this is also a nice corner. The gate valves for the water were there, so we hid them there. So you have to be very creative because some things are functional because you can't do without gate valves because of the water, definitely. But you can find a way of being able to hide some of those things that you don't want to be seen. And if you notice also the doors that lead either to the pantry and the doors that lead from the kitchen, they are also mahogany. So there's that blend. There's the white, there's the island that's, graphite gray, and then there's, the open shelving. And then when you walk out of the kitchen, that's when you realize the floors. And your mind somehow processes it. You might not even know, but it processes it. So here you can see the fridge. I know that's not the fridge doesn't fit there right now, but that's what the client was using at the moment, and they plan to buy another one later. No one is asking you to buy things right then, but you can plan for them, so long as you've provided the space for them where they can fit. And also the cabinetry, if you can see, we have some open and we have some closed. So you can use those to display some of those items, your glasses, your nice glasses, whatever you want to show. You feel that it would be nice, it will bring some sort of appeal in your home. And yeah, man, my open shelf is back. I can't get enough of it. It's really, really nice. You can actually just decorate it. It could be an area where you just decorate the shelving, or you can place, even your photos or your kids' photos or a menu or something. Like, you can do a lot of things on that corner, depending on what you like. And it also just, defines that space. It's just lovely, isn't it? I would like to hear, or maybe just leave a comment on what you think about, the open shelving in that corner, or having a corner that is a coffee station. I think I'm very synonymous with open shelving. I love it. I love it. I know there's dust in Nairobi, there's dust in Kenya, but I mean, those two, you can wipe them. Yeah, I think I've really tried to be as comprehensive as possible. I don't know what I haven't talked about. The hob, the hood, the ovens, we got those from Pneumatic Appliances. And then for the dishwasher, we got it from Bosch. I personally like Bosch dishwashers. I don't know if it's mindset or something, or it's a belief, but I feel they're good. And yeah, but you can get these things from very many other vendors. I think even the Hot Point shop has, or if you shop around, I think you can get them. I have clients who tell me they're bringing theirs in like they are directly importing. So it's an option as well. Like, no one is, asking you to do these things in a hurry or in a certain way. You can also still have the normal oven, the one that has, I don't know how it's called, the cooker. There's some nice ones. I've seen some nice ones, really. I think I'm one of those people. Maybe in my home, I prefer those. I don't know. Let that time come, because for now I won't speak much. And then when I'm showing you my kitchen, then I show you the the built-ins. But I honestly, I think whatever your taste is, you should be able to achieve the look that you want. Let nothing really stop you. And yeah, that's me in the video taking the photos. My client decided to take that photo. Yeah, so that you can just be sure it's me who did this kitchen, because yeah, I could be told I am downloading photos. That's how beautiful I think this kitchen is. And yeah, it's a lovely home. I loved working here. And my client, thank you. I can't go without showing you how the house turned out. It is beautiful. For me, I watched the process, because we used to even stand here and talk a lot, go around. Those clients, you just become friends, you blend, you bond. And we used to talk about a lot of things that she can do. And we shared a lot of style. Like, we just loved the same style, I think. So that's how you remember the first photo I walked in, and this is how we walked out. The landscaping was done well. This house was just amazing. And nothing makes me happier than to just work with someone that, understands you, and someone you can, tell this is what is needed, and they don't think you're out to con them or inflate or anything. So most of our clients will pay for everything at the service providers. So they will just pay us our fee and we will do the shopping and everything, but they'll pay directly. So thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly remember to subscribe, share it with your friends so that they can appreciate what we have done. And if you need our services, please remember to call us. Thank you.